So with your pitch for your minimum viable product, you've worked on the creation and you're picking one of your first tests. So for Nadia, she's going to test the conversation with existing people, experts in the field. So reaching out to build her network of people that are already working in the field, maybe competitors or maybe academics with key expertise in the field, or people from complementary organisations that are also working with young people. So to start the pitch, she needs to write down why she's doing what she's doing, so going back to the first week and really keying into what her why is, and then adding into that why the person that she's speaking to should trust her and give her the time of conversation. So she started off with just kind of putting down as many thoughts as possible onto a blank piece of paper, and she did that through bullet points. So her first one was, I want to shape a tomorrow that does not limit or label anyone that has any disability, brackets, special needs, hearing impairment. There is a big gap in terms of providing personal training for special needs post-16. And I'm dyslexic myself, and I know how difficult it can be to get the vital personalised training to help develop relevant skills. So just taking a look at that first draft, the first paragraph is actually what, it's not why. The second paragraph is why, but it's not her personal why, it's the kind of wider why. So actually, you know, just a little bit of challenge around that, looking at what is your personal why. Came up with, when I was in secondary school or throughout my childhood, I was often labelled as being dumb and not capable of achieving. People had very low expectations of me achieving positive academic results. I believe if teachers and people around me had invested time in finding out that I'm dyslexic, things would have been different. So that's a real key into, you know, her own personal why. And what she's done is then gone into it and just highlighted what the key words are, and then that really kind of distills the main message of that sentence and takes those 2, 3, 4, 5 words and turns it into a sentence of maybe 8 to 10 words. So the follow-on from that, so that trust building part, the traction building part, was I am now a qualified science teacher and have a master's in school improvement and leadership, including special needs. And she's again gone through that and looked at the kind of keywords there and turned that into, there was one more iteration of that, but it's now turned into, throughout my life I've often been labelled as being dumb and people have expected me to achieve nothing. If teachers had invested time in finding out that I'm dyslexic, things would have been different. Now I'm a qualified science teacher and I also have a master's in school improvement and leadership. So that's much, much more punchy. It really gets through to quite quickly to her personal why, and gets you to understand her and know her and believe in what she's talking about. So that's a really, really good start to the pitch. So that whole process is think about your why, that whole conversation that we had on the first day, write it out. It might take, a whole side of A4, 2 sides, doesn't matter, but highlight the keywords from each kind of sentence or 2 sentences, and then try and take that down into one sentence of about 8 to 10 words. You might need to do that again, just highlight the keywords and keep refining that further. So the main points of that first paragraph are why you're doing what you're doing, why the person on the other end of the line or in front of you should trust you, and how you've kind of proven that as well.